Hi, welcome to another week of woman who used to be able to do aerial and then had a baby and can't anymore is trying to get back into shape, and so are you too. So your tip of the week is pick the right resistance band. So I am upgrading myself to one that has a little bit more resistance because I feel myself getting a little bit stronger and I'm more ready to tackle some of this. It depends on what kind of pull-up bar you have, how you can vary the way that you loop this around your pull-up bar. So because of the pull-up bar that I have, you'll see I'm going to use a different kind of wrap today to have the loops higher up so that I have even more resistance to pull down. If you don't have this kind of pull-up bar, but you have another bar, another way that you could do this is simply wrap your resistance band multiple times around your pull-up bar. And then that shortens up the band, and then that will give you the same effect. And we are going to do the specific warm-up for this exercise. It's really good to always warm up mentally just as you do physically. So, and this does get you physically warmed up as well, but what it really does is it helps give the pathways to your body before your body has resistance and more pressure on it and all this pressure to perform. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get on our chair. I'll turn sideways so you can kind of see what's going on a little bit. But what we're going to do is, as we pull down, we'll do some of these exercises that we did last week that we've been doing with our pulling down. But we're also going to add the legs up, preparing us for inversion work. So whether you do this way or whether you do this way, doesn't matter. So we're going to pull down with the arms and come up with our lower body. So this is going to be some good core work. Let's just do some crunches here to warm up our body and prepare us mentally and physically and put heat in our body, getting us ready for the work at hand. So here we are, knees in. This is a lot of hip flexor action. Try to keep this as deep as you can in your core. Try not to use the shallower hip flexor muscles. This is really about femur bone sinking into your pelvis as your legs come up. Good core work here. Okay, now here's where we coordinate. Knees pull in as arms come down. And you want to try to think like what you really want to do is pull in those knees as far as you can to your chest. Now you don't have your hands to help you, but it's good to give yourself a hug and then tell your body, okay, this is where I want you to aim for being when you're in that ball. So if you can hold that, that's what I want you to try to tuck into. So you're, ooh. And this is great for training the belly in the right way, because I find when I do this, if I'm kind of being lazy about it, my belly wants to push out on that exertion and pooch. But if I want my knees to be drawn into my chest, I have to pull my belly in, because that's the only way my legs fit, especially with, you know, the state of my belly. I still got a little bit of that baby fat hanging around, and it's not much, I'm not complaining, but I have some that gets in the way, so I have to pull it in to make room for my knees to come all the way to my chest. And so it helps me work the right muscles and motivates me to work the right muscles. So this is great. This is just a great exercise. So we're really pulling everything in as we're pulling it down. So we're really getting this whole body connection that we're going to need eventually for inversion work. If we want to hang out, oh yeah. There we go. Okay, I'm feeling it now. You feeling it now? Oh yeah. I think we're ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to be done. That was hard work, but let's get started.
So this is a good lesson in progressive training. The first thing to notice is the band is heavier. So you should be stepping up your resistance, working with the more and more resistance in the band. And then what we're doing this week is variation. So here I'm going to pull my arms out to the side and then take my knuckles to my nose. Now there's nothing too special about this exercise in particular. It's really just the fact that I'm changing the patterns of movement in my upper body. Because when we're doing aerial dance, we're not going to just be doing pull-ups in exactly symmetrical, the same exact way every single time. Now I have my palms facing my nose and I'm pulling my hands in towards my face, and this is just to get variation in the workout. I could be doing figure eights with my knuckles, and I want you to be creative. Now I'm pulling my elbows down to my knees because this is going to mimic the fact that I'm going to be doing lots of inversions later on once I get stronger. And so this helps me to access my core. And I like working with my pinky is rotated in towards my nose. That can be a safer position on the shoulders and a good position to work with if you're feeling having the other rotation, the internal rotation is too much, having the elbows out to the side. So this is when I worked a little bit more at first, but then I wanted to have the external rotation going later. So I worked on that as I worked my way up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stretch it out after that. Now, as I just enjoy some stretches, and you should enjoy them with me, I'm going to just mention one thing here is that you really want to make sure that you're working to exhaustion. The great thing about isolating these pull-up types exercises on their own and not having them integrated into a class is that you can work your muscles to exhaustion and not worry because you're not about to use them. I'm not about to do aerial, and so I don't need to keep any of my strength reserves to do class. Or, you know, this could also be at the end of class, but since this is a class in and of itself, I both come into this workout with energy and I want to leave the workout with no energy. You know, so really go to that muscle burnout, especially on the smaller exercises. Do a lot of not necessarily a lot of repetitions of the same thing, but a lot of repetitions meaning you're doing a lot. So each repetition could look different. You could vary. Try to find something fun and different. Surprise your muscles. Go a different route. And then when we're all done here, just what I'm showing here is some nice different shoulder stretches. So here is one of the classics where you try to touch your fingers together behind your back, and if you can't quite get your fingers together, you can use a strap, hold on to maybe even a towel or a resistance band, and yeah, there's one more exercise here I'll show is often called a chicken wing, where you're rotating those elbows. You put your palms behind your back, elbows forward, and then here's a deeper variation with the elbows going on the inside of the knees. And since we just worked those muscles and they're pretty warm, I like to spend some extra time just finding different ways that my muscles want to stretch while I'm here. And I hope that you do the same and find what your body wants to do and finds yummy, and get to know your body.
This week I thought I would give you an extra special treat by letting you meet the man behind it all. Jonah! Say hi, Jonah! Hello, isn't he a cutie? This is the man. Yeah, you are. Oh, is that a smile? Here, let's smile. Behind why I can't do any pull-ups right now. But it's okay, because we love him, and he's totally worth it. And I'll do pull-ups again one day, won't I? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.